Hello and welcome to Cognito Key. We're going to get right into it and challenge a huge misconception about weight. We're often told it's just about willpower, but what if it's so much more complicated than just a number on a scale?
So let's start with this question that, honestly, many of us think we already know the answer to. We've all heard it, right? Just eat less and move more. But is that really the whole story?
Let me introduce you to someone. This is Edward. And people look at him and they make assumptions. They assume he just eats too much and doesn't exercise enough. But there's a lot more going on beneath the surface.
We all kind of think it's this simple formula, don't we? Calories in minus calories out equals your weight. It seems logical. It feels right. But it's just not the whole truth.
So what if I told you there's something else at play here? A really powerful biological force that turns losing weight and keeping it off into a constant uphill battle. What if our bodies are actually hardwired to fight against weight loss? Okay, this is where it gets really fascinating. Let's talk about what I like to call your brain's very own weight thermostat. This idea is known as the set point theory. And basically what it says is that your brain has a kind of preset range for how much fat it thinks your body should have, and just like the thermostat in your house works to keep the temperature steady, your brain works incredibly hard to keep your body fat right there in that comfort zone.
So picture this. You start to lose some weight. Well, your body immediately goes into survival mode. Your hormones basically scream, "Famine!" up to your brain. And your brain responds by doing two things. It cranks up your hunger signals, and at the same time, it slams the brakes on your metabolism to save every last bit of energy. It's a powerful defense mechanism.
And this is exactly why Edward was struggling so much. It's not that he wasn't trying. His body was just working against him. It was running in this super fuel-efficient mode, doing everything it could to defend its set point. This was never a battle of willpower. It was a biological war.
So now that we kind of get the why behind the struggle, let's talk about the what. What really is the difference between obesity and morbid obesity?
Well, the most common way to start telling them apart is the body mass index, or BMI. A person with a BMI somewhere between 30 and 39 is generally considered to have obesity. But once that number climbs to 40 or even higher, the condition is then classified as morbid obesity.
But the BMI is really just the start. The real, crucial difference is in the severity of the condition. We're talking about a shift from a higher-than-normal fatality risk to a risk that's an incredible 6 to 12 times higher. And the impact on day-to-day life, well, it can be absolutely devastating.
So let's break down these health risks a bit more. What are we actually talking about when these conditions escalate?
With obesity, we start to see a whole cascade of health issues. Things like type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, painful joint problems like osteoarthritis, liver disease, even a higher risk for certain cancers. All things that can seriously impact a person's quality of life.
But with morbid obesity, those risks escalate to a critical, truly life-threatening level. We see things like severe sleep apnea, where a person can literally stop breathing in their sleep. The strain on the body can get so extreme that joint replacements for knees and even the spine become necessary. The risk of permanent disability or death just shoots way up.
And this isn't just about physical health. The emotional toll is just immense. This quote here says it all. They feel isolated when all the basic life accessories from car seats, theater seats, doors, etc. are not designed for them. Just imagine that for a second, living in a world that wasn't built for you. Okay, so understanding the problem is obviously the critical first step. But just as these conditions are different, the solutions have to be different too. And this is so important to understand. Treatment is absolutely not one size fits all. For obesity, the solution is often a combination of a healthy diet, exercise, and sometimes medication. But for morbid obesity, that's often not enough. It can require much more intensive interventions, like bariatric surgery, to actually help.
Let's circle back to Edward. After everything we've just talked about, we can see he doesn't need anyone blaming him or calling him an irresponsible driver. What he really needs is a mechanic, a doctor, a professional who can help diagnose the real problem and give him the right tools for the job. So where do we go from here? It really all starts with changing the conversation. It's time we replace judgment with genuine understanding and swap out blame for real support. So I'll leave you with this. What can you do to be part of that change? Thanks so much for watching Cognito Key. If you found this explainer helpful, please do us a huge favor and like this video, share it with others, and of course, subscribe for more deep dives into the topics that matter.